Huh. So we may or may not have completely forgotten about the Q&A series thing. And this video may or may not be 3 months late. Alright, it's not like I did it on purpose or anything, it's just that I so happened to completely get sidetracked with like everything else and yeah, okay, I'm sorry. Hello everybody, Honey Rays here, and today, 3 months late, we have finally come back with the final part of the series Q&A for Wings of Desire. We were a little concerned that we wouldn't get any comments because no one watched Wings of Desire, and for good reason, it's not very good, but surprisingly we did actually get some stuff. We've got 33 comments here, we'll see how many of those are questions. And yeah, apologies for this being extremely late, but at least it got to you eventually, right? Before I start this, I want to say thank you to Sparkle Dust, who sent me a paragraph about how amazing I am. You guys are really nice, thank you. Anyway, the first question is to Chrysalis, rip spelling. And the question is, why do you want to stalk Honey Rays XD? Well, basically, the very summed up plot of Wings of Desire, from my point of view, is that I was trying to take over the Empire, so I put a curse on Luna to make her, you know, slowly disappear. But Luna decided that she was going to use Honey Rays to try and heal herself, basically. So I was stalking Honey Rays to try and stop this from happening. Doesn't really make much sense, though. Okay, the one is from Kyrian Kerr, and it says, I dare Cobalt Blue to sing Yeah by Usher. I have never heard Yeah by Usher, but we'll try it out.
Peace up,
oh god. Respectfully, I will decline your request. Anyway, the next question is Luna. How did you know about Sterling and Honey Rays? What was it like having enormous wings? Some more brief summing up of the terrible and convoluted plot of Wings of Desire is that basically Queen Chrysalis, who can change form, changed into this fake princess, I think to distract the people, but I knew it was her because I'd already seen her because she put a curse on me. Honestly guys, I was 12 when I wrote this series, it's not very good. Having enormous wings was very inconvenient. I couldn't lie down or sleep properly. I also couldn't get through doorways. I mean, can you imagine taking a bus with huge wings that are like twice the size of you either way, you know? It was not fun at all. The next question is from Lily Lightning, who says, Catnip, did you use a filter for all the scenes where it's dark? I know you just turned off the lights for one of them when you did the reaction thing. Oh cool, question about editing. I love editing. Okay, so because I was 12 and I had iMovie, all of the scenes that are dark, I just used, like, turning off my lights for, except in that bit where Honey Rays is in the rain outside, I used a rain filter for that, and also I think a darkness filter, I don't remember. But in current, what I do, if I was in, like, Final Cut Pro, I would just put in the day to night filter, or day into night. Super, super handy, like, it's really good and customizable. But because I'm in Premiere, what I do is add an RGB curves filter onto the clip and then make it very, very blue. And then I just make the lighting dark. So it turns this into this. So I hope that clears some stuff up. Galaxy LPS asked, Honey Rays, if you can have your wings out of any food, what will it be? Preferably something that doesn't expire. I'd say probably realistically something soft like rice paper perhaps? And the last question is from Foldy Cat, and it says, why did Honey Rays get the wings? I still don't get it, question mark. Okay, we're going to bring in the 2 side best friend characters, Sunset Shimmer and Pink Lemonade, and they're going to try and explain the plot. From memory, given that it's, I think, what, like 3 years old now? 2, 3 years? It's old. It's an old series. I don't remember it at all. Okay. So like, it started because Queen Chrysalis wanted to take over the crystal... No. Queen Chrysalis wanted to take over the Canterlot Empire. And she did this by... Or she started this by putting a curse on Luna so that she slowly faded away. And then Luna was like, oh no, I'm gonna die and stuff. So she was like, okay, I'm gonna get this like ancient myth, and I'm gonna put a spell on an earth pony to give her like wings that can grant wishes. and it has to be on an Earth pony, so I can't do it all myself. And it's gonna be like great because she can just wish for me to be better. So Honey Rays gets these wings that grant wishes so that this girl, the princess of the night can be fine. But she forgets to activate them. So Honey Rays wakes up, she freaks out, she gets these wings, she has no idea why. And the wings, because they're unactivated, they don't do anything, so they're just causing her all these problems. And then she gets really sick because they're unactivated, and that makes you sick for some reason. Like, I guess it kind of makes sense, but not really. So after like getting super ill and nauseous, Luna realizes that she forgot to activate them, so she comes into like the school nurse and like activates them, and that really freaks her out. What happens next? Oh yeah, so Honey Rays is like a teenager, or a young teen. I was 12 when I wrote it, so I'm assuming that Honey Rays probably would have made 12 as well. So she obviously had a crush on a boy. Yeah. And then so she was like, oh, I want to go out with this boy, and because the wings grant wishes, the wings made that happen. And she was like, oh, my sister's being a jerk, and then magically her sister was like, oh, I'm not being a jerk anymore. So these wings were granting her all these wishes. People stopped gossiping about her wings because she didn't want them to, and she didn't realize, but like whatever she wanted to happen would happen because they're wings of desire. So whatever you desire will happen. And then Luna's like, wait, hold on, I didn't think this through. I need to actually tell her about stuff. But it's too late, so she has a nightmare and Queen Chrysalis is there, I think. Wait, doesn't the first episode have a dream sequence in it? And she's like making stuff, and she has a nightmare? Yeah, so the first episode has a nightmare scene in it where she meets Sterling, who is actually Queen Chrysalis, and then Luna gives her the wings in the dream. Also, there was supposed to be a bit with the radio in it because, oh yeah, there was this red herring thing where they thought it was Princess Twilight because of the pink flash, but it was actually the wings flashing or whatever. Also, she and Cobalt go on a date and stuff, and it was adorable because I had no idea how dates work and still don't, so it made no sense. Anyway, and then they went back into the dream sequence, so this is at the end. Yeah, at the end. And then Luna, being so smart, is like, oh, I just realized that the wings don't actually work because once they're gone, the effects go and I can't hold it very long. I don't have power left anymore. Oh no. But then Honey Rays slaps her in the face to give her the adrenaline rush to power them one last time. And Honey Rays, being the smarty smirts she is like, oh, I'm gonna wish for Luna to be okay and for all the effects of the wings to stay the same. And so everything goes back to normal and things are better than before, like her friends don't argue and her sister's nice now and she has a boyfriend. And it's bittersweet to know that this guy, Cobalt, like, that she likes, he doesn't actually like her, it's just that the wings made him do so it wasn't really a good relationship, to be perfectly honest. But regardless, everything is good, so in the end, I think that clarifies it. Anyway, I think that explains it. We can go to some Game Grumps. And that concludes the 3-month late final episode of the series Q&A series. Bye!